which is the right thing, which is the wrong thing, what are we going to do here, and then put the designers on it, make sure that it's well designed. But it's backwards. It's backwards from design first, then code. It's code first. But getting back to the Jesse James Garrett idea, like who's controlling the prompt, and the idea here is in a collaborative team where the lines between the different disciplines are relatively blurred. As long as you're collaborating, it's okay. So what you're looking at is their traditional model, and I've just expanded it and added some parts and pieces with some other blanks. I mean, tons of things happen in the course of an effort of a process, but these red bits, these red diamonds, are points at which AI is being used. So, and I'll just touch on a couple of these because and these aren't, by the way, an exhaustive list. This is simply a number of them that are being used across the process.
Dave is looking at a really interesting problem, which is going to hit us soon. When everybody uses the same AI tools trained on the same data to come up with product ideas and feature interactions or design decisions, won't everything begin to feel the same? AI can solve intuitive pattern matching, common interactions, usability heuristics. That's what large language models trained on millions of interfaces do really well. They've seen every checkout flow, every settings menu, every onboarding pattern. But identity, delight, that's taste, that's brand, that's the human expert. That's what could begin to fade away.
And by the way, this Modicet model is sort of mashed up with an idea from this gentleman, Greg Petroff, this code first design model. So in the Modicet model, it's get something working, prompt to code, okay? Prune the possibilities, sort of like pick and choose among the representations that you get out of the systems, which is the right thing, which is the wrong thing, what are we going to do here? And then put the designers on it, make sure that it's well designed. But it's backwards. The designers here are, yes, doing some polish work, but the designers are also involved in the upfront strategic conversation. So it actually up-levels design as well. You're thinking more about, right, those user journeys and the overarching experience. You've already designed your design system. So you're thinking at the upfront bit quite a lot. And then you basically, pick back up. Now, it could be that the designers are the ones doing the prototyping, doing the coding and the prompting. And therefore, they're simply taking a different perspective on the role of design. They created prototypes for 100%, but are they creating prototypes that are a good deal more robust? Like the prototypes can be developed using AI? And the answer is sure, right? Designers can absolutely be the ones to do this. And then it's not just polish, they're actually, prototyping earlier, prototyping first, and then sort of curating. So still applying a level of taste, I think.
So this is Henry Modicet's model from Perplexity mashed up with Greg Petroff's code first framework. And it inverts how software gets made. The traditional approach was design, review, refine, then prototype, then code and ship. Code first is prompt, prototype, and then prune options, design, refine, and then ship. The designer's role splits. Architecture moves earlier, user journeys, experience, stack. Refinement moves later, taste, polish, curation. It only works with a solid design system though. If your components are already designed, AI can compose them into interfaces. But if you're designing from scratch, it won't work. There are just too many options.
And you certainly saw this, like when the web started to happen, you had a title called webmaster. A lot of people remember this. The webmaster was someone who did everything, right? They're the one who set up the domain, who registered it, right? And then cranked out the HTML for the website. And some of those people became designers, and some of the people who were designers, they were graphic designers, didn't know anything about the web or coding or anything, learned HTML and became really good at being web designers, which became sort of one of the next kinds of titles that existed. So all these existing roles and skills are morphing, and we're seeing this from data coming out of surveys that Figma has done with design teams, and just from all over the bored. People are just like, things are shifting around quite a bit, which, you know, originally I titled this whole talk, the AI roller coaster, with that model in the beginning, the hype cycle model, which literally looks like a roller coaster, because it is. Things are changing quite a bit. The tools are changing. New things are coming out very, very quickly, and teams are adjusting and experimenting and playing. And then the ones that are doing all of that are the ones that are probably better off.
The webmaster analogy is clever. It reminds us that we've done this before. Roles consolidated and then specialized, and now they're blurring again. Product managers can prompt their way into a prototype, and engineers can make those really subtle design decisions. Designers can finally get into the product itself. Figma data shows us that this isn't theory. Teams really are experimenting. Prototyping during discovery, it doesn't mean that either designers or developers disappear, just moves the work around depending on the project. So strategic thinking up front, taste and refinement afterwards. That's now an option, which is useful.